very much. Celebrate the immediately after that address, different presentations for different offices, spelling things. We'll not cover everything there. We'll try and take questions maybe after every three presentations. So the overall answer depends on that questions. One questions so far. So that's the one keep an eye. So the dear is the presentation to flow 1, 2, 3, and the first 3, then we take another set. Are we okay? That's the big set. And 5. Thank you very much.
Salmonari, i Maceroni, Salam alaikum. I hope everybody can hear me. Unfortunately, I'm going to speak in English, and just want to first of all, just to thank the community of Diepsloot. It's really impressive to see that you came out in your numbers this morning. We thank you for that to start with. Thank you to Councillor Market for the warm welcome. I'm going to project my voice so that I think everybody can hear. And we will also, I think for the benefit of everybody, what I said, we'll also ask Machakele to do a translation so that everybody can just hear. But as Councillor Market has indicated, for us to keep our English not so complicated, because obviously we need to take consideration that we all speak different languages, and in government, that has always been our objective. We have 12 official languages in this country, and we need to respect all 12 official languages, isn't it? We have sign language. You all know sign language. This also means thank you. Thank you for everybody for coming. But the why we are here this morning is actually twofold. But the most important reason why we call the community of Diepsloot, we have been having a number of programs, workshops in the communities, educating the communities, or rather empowering the communities on their consumer rights. Today is World International Consumer Rights Day. Okay? It's celebrated all around the world. Every country in the world, every country in Africa is celebrating World Consumer Rights Day. So what is it? World Consumer Rights Day is just to remind us, you and me, that are consumers. How are we consumers? Correctly said. When you buy something, or what is it? When you buy something, you automatically become a consumer. Whether you buy goods or services, whether I buy furniture, whether I buy a car, whether I buy food, airtime, or electricity, you are a consumer. So now this is why it is important for this particular day to remind consumers that you have your rights and don't let the businesses violate your rights. Now, how do businesses violate that you bought from that particular store, that sign, no refunds, no returns, becomes illegal if the item you bought from that shop is either expired or the product is broken. It's not working. The iron you bought is not working, it's not eating up. Because the purpose why you bought the iron is for to warm up, isn't it? So that is why we say that those are some of your rights. You have the right to take the goods back to the shop. Then they must either give you your money back or give you a new iron, or then you can offer replacement, but they cannot tell you that we are going to repair it. No. That's not up to the business to tell you when you return that cell phone that you bought and the cell phone heats up and you return it and they tell you that no, we cannot give you your money back, we're going to repair it. No. You can say no. The only reason they can take it in to go and assess it at the factory to check what is the reason, why is it not working, so that they can see whether you dropped the cell phone in the water and now you're claiming that didn't work properly. Alright? Because remember there's that type of scenarios as well. So those are some of our consumer rights that today, World Consumer Rights Day, is that we want to remind you and we want you to stand up for your rights. We want you to stand up for your rights because the money you use to purchase those items, you must get value for money. So that is the importance around consumer rights month. Now the theme that we are having is balancing consumer rights with ethical business practices. Now, I know it's not good at ethical business practices. It sounds a bit difficult. But ethical just meaning that a business, they must not mislead you. They must not tell you you're buying a 4K. Is it 4K TV? Is it 4K? Yeah. They must not tell you when they sell you a plasma and tell you it's a 4K TV. Only to find out when you get home, me and you, I don't know the difference. Something you can tell me it's a 4K, I'm going to trust you because you're the salesperson. But you lying to me is misleading. It's unethical, for example. So that's what we're saying. We have consumer rights, but we want businesses also to be ethical when they deal with consumers. So they must not mislead you. They must not give you wrong information. They must not take your money. Now we're having a funeral in Limpopo. I get the taxi owner or I get the transport organizer to pay me. He insists I give him money up front. Now you pay me the money up front. The Friday that you're supposed to leave with your family to go to Manala, that taxi or that transport owner gives you all sorts of stories. Now he can no longer take, or he just disappears. That is unethical. That's not good business practice, isn't it? And we must give you what? Your money back. And you must report those kind of practices. I think that is why we say consumers have so many rights, but because we don't have it, that's why people can stand on us. That's why people can stand on us. But today we want once again to highlight those rights to you, to remind you. It's a Remembrance Day. World Consumer Rights Day is a Remembrance Day that we have rights and we must use those rights. Okay? You must use your rights. You must be assertive, but you must not be rude when you complain to your business. The business that's giving you a road bill, for a lack of a better word. So that's why today we have all our stakeholders also that is also in consumer protection. So what we call that, when you have a complaint, your insurance, now your car got involved in an accident for whatever reason, and now the insurance doesn't want to pay you. They give you all sorts of excuses. There is a organization like the short-term insurance office that you can complain to. So this morning with us, we also have other organizations that in consumer protection, for example, NCR, the National Credit Regulator, is here with us this morning. The objective of the credit regulator, they will do their proper presentation to you, but it's just to give you more information on what are your rights when you go to the bank and you apply for credit. What are your rights when you go to a clothing store and you have a clothing store account, but you can no longer afford that account? You've got clothing store account, but now you lose your job, you cannot pay for it anymore. What else can you now do? Or you find yourself in a situation that you have so much follow-up. You are working for follow-up, but your money that you get, your salary, doesn't pay all your follow-up. What do you do? Do I go for under administration? Or do I go for get review or get counseling? What are the better options? So they will give you, but ultimately remember the choice is yours as a consumer. That's one of your rights that you have. You have the right to choose. We can empower you with information. We can tell you that this are the risks if you go and you take money for Amasholisa. How many Amasholisa? No. But we also know that Masholisas must be registered with the National Credit Regulator. But they will explain all those processes. Then we have with us also this morning, I think from the consumer protection organization that we like to make mention of is the Office of the Ombudsman for Financial Services. I'm not sure, I haven't seen them as yet, but they will be coming as well. The office. Oh, sorry, there they are. Oh, a prize office. Sorry, you see my glasses. You know, I find it young, so people get old. They don't think I see this anymore. But prize office is here also. They will explain to us also what their role is. And I think because I mentioned to you that it's twofold. We're celebrating World International Consumer Rights Day. I think that is very important for you to know that yes, you have rights, but we also want to say we have a dual role this morning. Our MC, we launched it on the Shishini Lab, Fix Your Business Campaign. Now, part of the Fix Your Business Campaign is where we also then partner with other key stakeholders to make sure that you might not have a business, but you want to start a business. How do you start the business? How do you start the business on the right track? By starting off to be compliant. By starting off your business to be compliant, to register your business. So that is why we partner also with the local economic development of the city of Diepsloot. They are here, the Department of Economic Development. They are here, they will take us through the processes. If you want to register a business, how do you go about? If you need support, if your business requires support, whether it's financial support or whether it's non-financial support, where do you go? So they are here with us today as well. We have the Department of Health from the perspective because we know that we have a problem in the country of what? Of where we've seen, unfortunately, children die because of suspected foodborne toxins. Right? So now, this is why we also have the Department of Health. So if you have a spaza shop, or if you're interested of opening a spaza shop, you must know that to comply, you must have a certificate of acceptability, for example. Okay? You must have called your tuberculosis or the hurricane. That contaminated the food. So that practices, you cannot do that and go and sell to people on the street, to children, if you haven't undergone training from the city of Johannesburg, the Environmental Health Division. So it's very important. Then we have SARS. SARS is also here with us this morning, coming to explain the whole intricacies of SARS, having a business, the difference between business tax and personal tax. For example, VAT. Yeah, now the topical issue is the increase of the VAT. 0.5. Maybe you can even ask how is it going to affect you as a consumer. Remember, I said you're a consumer because you buy goods and services. Alright? And also with us, this morning I've mentioned the provincial treasury, our partner also, because our MEC is MEC for both finance and also MEC for economic development. So they're also with us this morning. The Gauteng Liquor Board is one of our, within the department, is one of our, I wouldn't call it an agency, but they are in part of Department of Economic Development. They will come and explain to you again what is your rights. If you want to open a tavern, if you want to open a pub, you must be licensed. But what are the requirements? What? You are staying next to a tavern. What should they do? What time should they go? Where can you complain? If they're making noise beyond a certain hour, that's where our Gauteng Liquor Board will come in and explain all that processes to us. So that is then what we call our office. Pumla will also do a basic presentation on consumer rights and everything that I've also touched on, she will also touch on and then try and put it in the net. So that's why we're saying, why we say your businesses must be compliant. Once your business is compliant, you register that spaza shop, and it doesn't mean just a spaza shop. Any bakery, any person that's selling food, for example, any business, whether you're fixing cars on the side of the road, you have to comply with the bylaws of the city. You have to be registered. You have to have a permit to operate in certain areas. So once you are compliant, then your business is ethical. Remember I spoke about balancing consumer rights with ethical business practices. So if your business is not compliant, if your business is unethical, you don't have a COA, certificate of acceptability, you're selling food to people, our office, environmental health, can come in, do inspection, confiscate your stuff, and close your shop because you are not compliant. You are not ethical in your conduct with your clients. So that is the long, the long and the short of it. That is why we say we have World International Consumer Rights Day, which speaks about consumer rights, but we also look at, you can lodge complaints with us if businesses don't treat you well as consumers. So we make sure that they are ethical in their dealings with you as a consumer, but you must also know that you have rights and that you can respond. We also, businesses with an annual turnover of less than 2 million rand. If you have a business with an annual turnover of less than 2 million rand, you can come to our office and we can assist you. Our department is also here. Yes. He is also going to explain to you about what the Department of Economic Development is doing in terms of supporting businesses to help you to get compliant. What sort of finances are available for small businesses, non-financial finance, I can speak about how they enterprise program, so that we make sure that today we address, so we're killing, what you say, one bird with two stones. Two birds with one stone. Yeah, hey, you are listening. Thank you, you are listening. So we are killing two birds with one your business is ultimately sustainable. With that, I think again I'm going to welcome everybody. And thank you so much again for coming. It's not easy to come and sit here on a Friday. There's a lot of things you can be doing. But we truly appreciate you, and we hope you're going to find this day very informative. And please ask us questions afterwards. You can go to all the stakeholders around if you want a one-on-one. Sometimes to speak about finances is not easy. You can't just put up there and then want everybody to hear your business. So you will have an opportunity to come to us on a one-on-one, and we'll also be able to assist you. I hope that you will find this very, very useful and informative. I thank you.
Will be more in depth and more focused on certain industries. So we do have that kind of split where we have ordinary consumers, and then we also have sessions where we target certain business people only because the messaging is different, unfortunately. So I hope, but we do take the points up. We will definitely make sure that we come back and we engage with all other stakeholders that might not have gotten the invitation or have seen the invitation wrong, so that we can come back and make sure we address all the different structures within the community. Thank you.
With that said, Mr. Machakela, the opening, I don't know if you're making questions or...
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Maybe just to start, let's get this detail. How many people still studying? We'll have that's somewhere that we can separate from what else. So when that's we are leading the one. So what that's we do have to follow up and let's take it to follow up. Then the second section here, the program. During that presentation, and then we'll get into the questions. This time around. Yes. To go over the program, the following people to come forward. The farm, Lama, sport, art and art, but the fun and address some of the issues that cancer. I get cancer out of we must ask. Which is still about that. I can tell you what the information is all about what you say about. Yes. Yes. So for example, the reflection so sets up a one. Nothing to do with that. I'm not going to nothing wrong about Ada are in the move after presentation. It was a now we have the more practical. Some I shall like you come and show up about body, the man I want to tell about no problem. That sector is difficult. Not a problem. But if you mean that we'll leave these questions down. Can we take not more than 3 questions to the presentation after? Is it 5? No, 5. I give it to for a girl of this. That's why I don't minimum 3. I give it out of the outlet much again. Bullet out of the community, it's like a again. That's why I don't big guy get asked. Again, the one of the guy here, I don't know if you know. The one of the other minutes after every presentation. How is that I didn't get up so important? The presentation, often I presentation an additional hour. So I'm trying to be creative on the time question. So the day people how this happened, I'm not in different tests, we can still go available. It is fine. So final decision of memory, the Bankai Community will kept the presentation, but I moved that. I want to put all remote identify the new federal people that I give. We must have created this thing that is about our economics. As this one. All right. As soon as my people does that, we will talk about.
my role in the department is to assist small businesses where they are by linking them to opportunities that exist within the department and in other entities. So that's my goal. So I'm going to give you an overview. Thank you, Louis, for giving a brief about what the department does. Councillor, thank you for the welcome. I don't see what maybe here, but thank you for the warm welcome. Yeah, the program that is organized it's on consumer. But like many you are saying, that we want to ensure that we include as much information as possible. So most of the time, what my work and my role, I help individual businesses because in as much as in the same economic sector, you will help the challenges because of the differences that you have in your own individual businesses. Yes? So normally when I start my presentation, I was speaking for more than an hour. I was giving 20 minutes. I'll try to say 20 minutes, but this one I'm going to start at the end of my presentation. At the end of my presentation, I always give out my presentation. I always give out my presentation. So I'm going to start with them. So that if I cut off any show, then I'm going to how many of you guys have pens, right? How many of you guys have pens? How many pens? They got a pen. Okay, what's the current pen? Which one is the one? Okay, my phone number. Yes. My phone number is 066 486 Is there anyone who says okay, fine. There's only one movement, that's my last movement. If you pose in another answer, probably in the workshop or I prefer a call between people. Unless they are related, you can call me but it must be related that I can solve. Yeah. So that's one thing that's important. If you phone and I don't understand, you can send a WhatsApp. You can send a WhatsApp. I need your name, the name of your business, and the assistant to you. Your name, setting, individual account profile, individual account, name or what when you say that straight to the point, and you will get to someone who so let's get started now. So that one email stuff to me. So that's a good background. Is everyone fine? Everyone can hear me? Sure. So just a good background. Multiple entities. We have multiple we have consumer. Yeah, we have the licensing and also program that relates to alcohol. We also have Okay, so as I mentioned, my so all I'm going to do now is we spoke about another unit called inclusive economy in the department. Inclusive economy is responsible for what's called public enterprise development. Yeah, we have inclusive economy, which is responsible for public enterprise development and the township enterprise development act. Yes. The township enterprise development act in Mulao, it said that Gauteng economic development other government entities must be deliberate about investing into the township. Of course, there's a lot of I think general government says in the process that the agency of development the power to declare a certain amount of money directly deployed in township. So every year it should be money that is reserved for township. So I think where we are right now, round one, Juma was up to me. Is there anyone who's up to me? Right, everyone can name me. I get sharp. My first question, by this guy who will never land with the necessary stuff. How many of you guys have registered with this? Name sharp. With your hand up, how many of your businesses are operating? Okay, sure. And how many of you guys, with your hands up, how many of you guys have any support from government?